Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Terry. This is another edition of An Orchid a Day. And I had been lazy the last few days because we had not had any rain. So I more or less had been watering the outside of the cage and then kind of coming in just to the entrance and just spraying things down with the hose, not really paying attention. So today I'm sitting out here, and all of these plants that are water loving plants, or they like a little more moisture in the summer, I have them sitting in pots that have no hole in the bottom, like my Renantheras I have found in my care that in the summer they like copious amounts of water. And for me, they put up many leaves. I mean, this one didn't do so well this year, but generally they don't mind sitting in water for a while as long as I empty it out after a couple of days or a day or so. And that's how I have them. Well, these don't like it for a day or so, but maybe just an hour or two. But in any event, I was coming out here to finally dump the water out because I didn't forget that. I also have these are the same way, and this one, another my Oncidium types and Renantheras and Dendrobiums, the Gen Files specifically. But as I was dumping it out, I ended up looking over here and saw this. This is a newly opened and up until this point unknown, well, not unknown, but just newly found on this cart. Knew it was there, but didn't know that it was in bud. Excuse me, but this is a Brassavola species. This is Cucullata, and this is used in a lot of hybrids as of recent years because of the frilly lip. It's very unique. Does have night fragrance. Is a fairly large flower, and it's not fully open, but it tends to be fairly curly, the petals. The unique thing about this one as well, as far as Brassavolas go, nodosa, and many of them, well, there are a few that grow this way, but this is a pendant growing as opposed to some of the others that grow upright. Like that's an upright form. That's upright. You can see it's growing up. Whereas these tend to grow downwards. Also, the difference with Cucullata as opposed to nodosa, which I would say is the most common one, Brassavola in general. I would say their foliage of Cucullata is a lot thinner, more like a whip, more like a rat tail, which are some of the common names for these types of orchids that have very short pseudobulbs and then a very long Tourette style leaf. So yeah, that is a difference, a major difference, other than the size of the flower and in the form of how it grows pendant. And the flower is also pendant as well. It doesn't stand up on an erect spike. The spike droops. But the fragrance is just as divine. It's very night fragrant. These plants are from Mexico all the way down to Caribbean, West Indies, into northern and central, and even down into South America. They are epiphytic. They grow on trees mostly. They can be lithophytic as well. They like bright light, high humidity, and lots of water while they are growing. They like a little less when they are inactive. But for the most part, they like lots of water in the summer. It can be grown potted, as this one is, but I found they do a lot better mounted because they do not respond well when the media is sour meaning it's broken down and it becomes acidic. Their roots will burn off and the plant will die. For me, I had issues with Passavolas initially in my collection. For probably 10 years, I wasn't able to bloom them, even when I got my greenhouse. Well, I didn't get the greenhouse until after I'd been growing for a while, but it was 10 years of me having the greenhouse before I started putting my plants outside, and it wasn't until then was when I started to bloom Brassavola species and hybrids. But yeah, this is fairly common, I would say, but it's nonetheless, this is a smallish plant. It's a piece of a bigger plant of mine. I had a bigger Brassavola that was mounted, and the mount went bad, and so I took pieces off of that to save it. And this is one of the pieces. But yeah, they do like that fast wet dry cycle. You don't like their roots sitting in wet. But yeah, that is Brassavola cucullata. One thing before I go, I was looking at my prized possession that I said. Anyway, this is my Cattleya daffodil, BC cat daffodil, and I noticed that this growth, this is the newest growth that has a sheath in it that I'm gonna have to stake up because it's looking wonky. But this is another growth, and there was also this growth that just started that I noticed, and I thought I saw there is an eye that is opening as well. So I am very excited about that. Hopefully soon I might be able to take some divisions and pass it around. That would be great. But back to this. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe and press the like button. And thanks for watching. Bye.